If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 108 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. After getting actually quite a good few handful of players out of the door yesterday, it's time to try and bring some players in our transfer window expedition. We're looking for some wingbacks if we can possibly get them, whilst still moving on one of the bogus wingbacks that we don't really want, in the shape of Greg Taylor, accepting the offer of $230,000 from Kilmarnock. After trying to negotiate a deal, they didn't have enough money to offer me his valuation, and I just wanted him out the door, so I accepted the deal straight up. We are looking to potentially bring in a goalkeeper if we think we might cash in on the very popular Pedro Galese. We're looking at Jack Butland. We're also looking at Costel Pantilimon, whilst also trying to get Tom Elliott out the door as well, because I cannot get a bid for him for love nor money. It's been 2 years now trying to move him out from the club. It is not going to happen. But as you can see, one of our scouts has come back with a guy with the potential of 65 to 87. So that could be very interesting indeed. We will keep an eye on him throughout the next season or so when we get the youth scout reports back. So you can see, rejecting another offer for Galese at present, but we jump into the first friendly of the season at home against Metz. Now obviously with friendlies, if you're newer to the channel, I don't really tend to do too many highlights, just goals if there are 3 or more. If not, if they're under 3 goals, then kind of the goals plus 1 or 2 extra highlights of key chances. But we get off to a decent start. Lovely shot on the right-hand side for Georgiev. That's his weak foot, but it was a very good finish across the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. So we get a 1-0 lead after just 9 minutes. And then Georgiev and his strike partner, Fabian Cassada, are going to link up really nicely here. Lovely through ball. Brilliant turn inside from Cassada, shows good feet and a decent finish as well, under pressure from 2 or 3 defenders to make it Cambridge 2, Metz 0 inside 20 minutes. And then as we headed towards the end of the first half, we were having another foray forward. Greg Taylor this time, obviously his time at the club now coming to a potential close if he can agree a contract deal with Kilmarnock. But Cassada shows great strength to shove off the man. Unfortunately, he stays down injured, so I felt kind of bad that I didn't feel bad about the foul not being given, but I felt kind of bad that he went down injured. But we were able to put it into the back of the net with, again, good dribbling feet from Cassada to give us a good solid 3-0 victory in our first friendly. Couldn't have wished for a better start to the season, to be completely honest. Still trying to get in that wing back though. Not really too sure whether Nacho's the one or whether we're going to be looking elsewhere. Still trying to agree a deal for him. They kind of want a premium price for him, so not really too sure whether I'm actually going to follow that up. But we get another offer in for Galese, this time £2.1 million from Hanover. Still unsure whether that's the right sort of price to be letting him go. But it turns out that last season, not yesterday's, loanee Hector Bellerin is actually now on the transfer list and available for purchase. So I'm going to jump in and try and get him if I can to bring him into the club permanently as a replacement for the currently long-term injured Mehdi Zafane. But we are looking at Marco Polenz as well. He's a free agent, actually, a young right back who actually has some decent stats. He's probably better than Zafane, and he's only 19 years of age, so we'll have a look at him. This guy, Andy Keller, is probably going to be a backup player if I do decide to bring him in. He's kind of not only a backup player, but just a backup transfer, as like a fallback guy in case we don't get the people that we want. We're having a cheeky look at 28-year-old now, Ryan Bertrand, in this 5th season. Potentially, could be bringing him into the club, but Greg Taylor is gone now. We have had the offer accepted for Costel Pantilimon from Sunderland, £2 million plus Tom Elliott. Now, he's rated at 74, and Pedro Galese is currently rated at 71. There's only 3 years between them. Galese is 28 and Costel Pantilimon is 31, and you would presume he's going to continue to grow for the next 2 or 3 seasons. So, not sure what to do here. I really got my have to put my thinking cap on and decide what to do with goalkeepers. But then we get another look at a youngster which my other scout has brought back, potential of 69 to 93. So he's another one we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on over the next few weeks and months with regards to our youth scout. And then we get another guy. That guy was rated potential of 80, but look at this, 78 to 94 potential for a goalkeeper who's 6'4" at the age of 16. Real potential there. We could even potentially cash in on Pedro Galese now, sell him for more than what we'd pay to get Costel Pantilimon in, and then have Pantilimon as our number 1 goalkeeper, whilst that youngster with the potential to get above 78 to 94 could become our number one goalkeeper when Pantilimon retires. So I may actually, after just rejecting absolutely every single offer for Pedro Galese, find myself potentially moving him on. Because one thing, I don't know whether you saw it there, was very, very briefly on the screen. It may actually be here. Yes, you can see he's actually gone up in rating as from the month of July into August. He's gone up from 71 to 72, and his value's jumped from 1.3 million to 2.1 million. So I could actually get upwards of £3.5 to £4 million for Pedro Galese, bring in Pantilimon. Pantilimon will be the number one, and then that youngster with that really, really high potential, we could perhaps send him out on loan, and maybe even he'd become better than Pantilimon by the time he's 17 or 18 years of age. Who knows? That's the kind of conundrum I'm struck with at the minute, and I'm kind of still undecided. So let me know your feedback in the comment section down below, and I will, of course, take that on board. And, of course, as you can see, though, confirming that we are going to bring in Polenz, that young right-back. He's actually rated 66 at 19 years of age, which is brilliant. Zafane is rated 65, I think. So he's actually better and will probably be my first-team right-back. Unless, of course, we get Hector Bellerin, in which case he'll become my number one right-back, and Polenz will be either a first-team left-back or just kind of a backup to the first team for either Ivan Santillan, our left-back, or the new young Polenz at right-back. But as you can see, we're able to get ourselves off to a good start again in this game. Actually, a 1-0 lead through Georgiev yet again, this time on his stronger left foot. But then it's actually Stade Reims we're playing in this one. They flick it on nicely, really tidy finish. Perhaps a stroke of luck in it, perhaps it was just perfect placement. But he got a decent finish on that, in off the post, and they brought it back to level terms at 1-1. So that's the first goal we've conceded in pre-season so far. So, of course, immediately we went up the other end. Fabian Casada trying to shrug off the attention of the defender. Doesn't do very well there. But brilliant slide tackle from a striker, no less. Gets it into Aguilar, gets it into Jenkins Chikoui, and atrocious goalkeeping from their man between the sticks mean that we can power it through him to make it Cambridge 2, Stade Reims 1. But as we headed into the second half, they then came forward themselves and were actually going to equalise. Spoilers. Towards the back post, up goes the defender. Galese beaten at his near post, and that's going to make it 2-2, and that was going to be the end of the game. So at present, if we didn't have that youngster that looked incredible as a potential goalkeeper, I'd still be thinking about rejecting all offers for Pedro Galese. But now that we have the potential to bring Pantilimon in, I may move Galese on and use Pantilimon as my number one goalkeeper. Of course, he's 6'8", Costel Pantilimon, and he is a very, very good goalkeeper as well. Also, having to offer upwards of the asking price for Hector Bellerin, they were going to accept, I think, an offer of around 500k, but then a couple of other sides started to bid for him as well. So just to make sure that I got him, I matched their 625 that they were asking for, and we're sending one of our other young goalkeepers, Andrew Mawat. He spent last year out on loan and improved by 4 ratings. Hopefully he can do something similar today as well, or this season as well. We get another offer in, this time of 3.2 million for Pedro Galese. If you can see top right, they reckon we could get between 3.3 and 4.2 million for him. So if I could get towards 4.2, maybe even a little bit more if we have a rather well-endowed club in the pocket that come in for him, we won't be able to squeeze a little bit extra cash out of them. But as you can see, we're going to start the season, not in the next episode actually. Actually, we might do, I'm not sure, it depends how much transfer action there is. But we'll start this season this year with a game against Manchester City. And of course, we ended last season with a game against Manchester City as well. So this is our current financial situation. But of course, £2 million of that will go if we bring in Pantilimon. But then obviously we could perhaps add 4 million back to it if we sold on Pedro Galese. So I think that youngster has come up at just the right time to help me make this decision, key decision. But obviously, it's a decision that we're not going to take lightly, and I'll probably wait until the end of the window, at least until the final week, before making a proper, full, final decision on the matter. But this is going to bring today's episode to a close, though. So thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. There was, of course, a My Player uploaded earlier on today. I'll be streaming FIFA over on twitch.tv/Chesno Gaming later on tonight. There'll be a link in the description to that, as well as to my Twitter, my Instagram and Facebook, and to G2A as well, if you want yourself some Xbox or PlayStation codes or PC games. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate all the support, and I will see you next time.